Sisters and brothers, newsflash. This is being brought to you by Expose Editor. That is one of the video programs I've had in the past. My business card read, "I've done more good in more fields than any man in the history of the U.S." I now have one that is challenging, but they don't challenge me. They just want to have this criminally insane King George, Queen Hoover, masturbating gyrations. Today, in a 1-to-1, they definitely said that today's U.S. government is not going to hide in the shadows. They are part and parcel, nationally and internationally, of the King George, Queen Hoover hypocrisy. That's what they made sure. They told me, man, they're obvious. That's their policy. They have a circle jerk of masturbating expert gyrationists who now say that they officially are King George, Queen Hoover masturbating hypocrites. No, we, the cultural people in the world, gather our composure from the uproarious laughter. We say, how long can that facade continue? I outdid Hoover and that criminally insane experiment on Americans, murder, grand theft artist, assassin, cover-up artist. There are my videos that chronologically list Hoover's crimes, and videos by 1,000 others. There are many, many videos of, I say it's a theory of how JFK was assassinated. That's the polite word for murder. And the same, of course, for Robert Kennedy. He was governor and would have won and become president. And then there's Reverend Martin Luther King, who knew of that Hoover was a pass for white, but a school teacher says she's related to Hoover and that her father or somebody told her that Hoover is from that Hoover like plantation, and that he was a pass for white, and they shipped him up to Washington, to that side of the Hoover, and he never had a birth certificate. And they finally one came up, and it was obvious there was erasers and forged. Really, these are true facts. So I then will put videos on of videos I did in good faith, and I put them on for facts and fun, and why restrict myself I'm not getting the support that I should have to obtain my constitutional rights, my Bill of Rights, and the Bill of Rights, and civil rights of definitely justice, honors, and financial compensation. So maybe a quantity push will break through, and people say, who is this man that says that he printed on his business card and showed one and all? I've done more good in more fields than any man in the history of the U.S., yet they keep them anonymous and poor and do throw all kinds of criminally insane, gyrational, masturbating, circle jerk nonsense. They do something up and up and up in the top echelon, pass it down and pass down into the street, and they run around. And this is our policy. Official, they said. They said it's official. This is their policy of King George, Queen Hoover. Not democracy, hypocrisy. That's the news flash. Yeah, well, I don't just have news flash, you know. I don't just say something of political science and discipline, and the discipline of athletics. The Minnesota Twins today came back from a 6-0 to 6-1 with a 3-run homer in the bottom of the ninth to win their ball game. That's a great comeback. That's newsworthy. And I say, whatever I can do that is truthful and should be publicized, for sure, that I really invented the Xerox, did the real original work, gave it the name. I did lightification stimulated electromagnetic radiation, the futuristic multi-purpose coherent beam, the science of the future. And the first thing I did is when I completed it was to say, we can use this for sightless people. These are all true facts. So maybe a quantity push will obtain justice, honors, and financial compensation for me and you. Thank you.